Adesh.
Adesh. Adesh.
We're trying to unravel the Panchamakas.
You're right. Yeah, so the Panchamakara is there, and it needs quite a lot of explanation for that. It's very long, and maybe we talk about that later on. But right now, I think you have a different one that is about Tantra and
the right and left path.
Yes, the right and left path
Of
of Tantra.
Tantra.
Yeah, and what it is, what it signifies, right? So I think I was going a little bit into its history too,
Okay.
right? That is how everything developed from the past. And in the past, because when we talk about the left and right Tantra there, then we need to go and look into the past, historically, what happened, what was going on. So that time, because Tantra really developed and then it spread, right? And then that's how the Shaivites came into being because of this Tantra.
The Shiva worshippers.
Yes, the Shiva worshippers, the Shaivites, right? And then this later on, the Shaivites expanded in their own different ways, right? And then in all different ways, that means at that time I think they had three different, right? Yeah, they had three different groups, right? The Aghoris were there, and then the Pasupat were there, and then came the third one, that is the Kapalis, right? So they were all Shaivites, right? They were all Shiva devotees, and they worked on that because it was much more related to nature, and because it was all coming from Tantra, right? And Tantra is totally from nature, because in Tantra that's what we do. We harness the power, the energy that is present in nature, and use it, right? So that's how Tantra had developed, and human beings being one very important part of nature, and we cannot leave the human beings out, right? Because that is Tantra. Tantra meaning, especially if we break the word, Tan and Tara, right? So, and then Tan, especially in Sanskrit, it just means our body, and Tra is the process, right? The art of using your body, right? So that you can make effects, right? That means you will be working actually in our modern sense. If we say that means actually we are working with our frequency, and tantric practice helps us to raise our frequencies, right? So that's what Tantra does. So the right practice always gives good result for the practitioner in Tantra also. And so since it is all concerned with body, and especially the mind is in the body, so it is always involved, right? And yeah, and then talking about the right hand and the left hand Tantra, right? So as I said, like the Tantra that influenced was first left hand, and then it was taken over by the right hand section. Now the right hand developed from the Vaishnavites.
Vishnu worshippers.
Yes, they were all Vishnu worshippers, and then their ways and means of worship and everything that they had, their mantras and everything was different.
And largely Brahmins.
Yes, and they were all being organized by the Brahmins themselves, right? They took up this issue. Action told this stuff. And so, yeah, so that's, the Brahmins were the ones who actually gave rise to Vishnuites, Vishnu worship, and everything about, what Hinduism today is.
Right.
You see?
So they had their own path of Tantra.
Yes, they had their own ways,
Yeah.
means, and that was different from the real left-hand Tantra, because their Tantra is called right hand because it is Vedic Tantra, right? They developed this, right? And in Vedic culture, the right hand is regarded as very auspicious,
Yeah.
you see. So that's why it's called a right hand Tantra there, you see. And it is like simple, you see. Simple meaning like they use very simple things for their Tantra, whatever it is from nature
Their
only.
offerings.
Yeah, the offerings like flowers, fruits, and vegetables, and
Water.
many other things like that. Chandan, tikka, and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
So they use all this kind of materials and all, and then when they perform their ritual, their puja, whatever it is, it's all done with the right hand, and you can't use your left hand.
Right.
You see, and if you use your left hand, then you will be kicked out. So they
They'll
have
have polluted the whole puja.
Yes, you have polluted the whole puja. So that's what
Right.
it is for them. So that's why it's called right hand tantra, the tantra that they use. And then the left hand is, as I told you, it has been brought down and given from ages to ages, and many gurus, tantric gurus, they spread this kind of teachings over. So people were much more and then mostly Shaivites came from the north, you see. Right from the Himalayas, from the Tibetan plateau, all over, right up to Afghanistan, Kandahar, so these places they were all influenced by Shaivites at that time also.
Himalayan culture.
That was like culture, like the Tantra that was there. And that's how Buddhism got involved with Tantra also. This is one big reason. And even the Pancha practice, it was like a heavy practice in Tibet. In Tibet it was like one big practice, Pancha Just like that at that time. But today also still people haven't understood this, And today I feel like the whole world is practicing this Panchamakara.
Yeah,
and they are
and
not,
having no effect.
no, because that is always going to, that's what Gorakhnath says, it's going to produce the lowest vibration that you can exist at.
All right.
And you will drop down to that vibration and it'll be very difficult for you to rise up again.
Right.
You see? So,
Maybe we should move to another video and talk about what's in these
yeah.
Panchamacaras.
Yes, maybe.